Good morning. So here I am on the beach, and I've got one or two surfers in front of me. This is Nicole and this is
Tessa. Hello.
And how often do you come on the beach, Tessa?
Well, we're on holiday here, so for a week,
Right.
and we've been here since last Saturday, and we will leave this Sunday. So
Right.
it's going fast, but the whole week we were twice a day in the water, so yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know anything about surfing, to be honest with you. So what are the conditions like here?
Well, I'm just a beginner, so I'm not the right person to ask.
Right.
But
Oh well, no, that's okay. But where are you from, by the way?
from Holland.
From Holland. Oh,
Yes,
well, that's
I live on the island the Schelling, so
Oh right.
Yeah.
There'll be no surfing over there then, I guess.
yeah, it is, but it's way better here.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And I guess you're from Holland as well. You've come together.
Yeah, no, we're with a group of 15, I think, or 20.
Oh really?
Yeah, so we're all different levels. I'm more of an intermediate surfer.
Yes.
She's more of a beginner. We have a few better surfers as well, but the spot here at Toon is really nice for more beginners, intermediate surfers.
Right.
Because the waves are a little bit smaller, because the swell comes in a little bit less here. It's
Yes.
a hidden spot, so it's nice.
They tell me in the summer here, like there's about 50, 60, 70, 80 or more people on each wave. Is that right? Have you been here?
I haven't been here yet. This is my first time here, so I haven't been here yet in the summer.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we usually go to the south of France in summer because the waves there are really good as well.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. And the weather is a little bit better.
Brilliant. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you,
Yeah, you
ladies.
too. Thanks.
And have a nice holiday.
Thank you.
And have a good time. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Goodbye.
It's nearly 9 o'clock and I'm just dropping down into Watergate Bay now, and I've come across Tom, who's heading in the opposite direction. And so where are you off to today then, Tom?
I'm going up to Trevose Lighthouse, which is about 15 and a half miles from home, and then I'll turn around and come back.
Wow, that's fantastic. You're obviously a seasoned walker then. You must do a lot of this kind of thing, I guess.
I do about 3,500 miles on foot a year.
Yes.
In fact, last 3 years I've walked further than I've driven.
Wow, that's incredible. And so how long is that going to take you then?
I average about 3.5, 4 miles an hour.
Really, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's about a mile every 16 and a half minutes. That's some going.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I was like training for this really. It's a little bit faster than me.
It's easy going though. This is one of the easy bits. The hard bit you're going to find is between St Ives and Land's End.
Yes.
Because it's permanently in the shadow, so it's permanently wet, and the whole footpath is lots of boulders, so you can't get any pace up, any momentum up. It's 2 paces, slip in a puddle, step over a boulder, and it's like that for about 10 miles.
Oh, wow.
And so that's going to slow you down, I'll warn you that. But that's the worst bit really as far as the coast path's concerned.
Well, that's cheered me up no end.
Mind you, that'll be in a couple of days' time.
Well, I mean, I'm doing all right. I mean, I know we were talking. You're 60, I'm 70, and maybe that 10 years makes the difference and everything. But what about your other adventures then, Tom? Have you been abroad walking and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've been to Norway and the Pyrenees and all over. I do a lot of climbing trips with buddies of mine. We do a lot of rock climbing, and I've done a lot of kayaking. I've kayaked around Cornwall and Skye and all the islands up in Scotland. And
wow.
Yeah, and this is training really, because most people I go with are substantially younger than me.
Yes.
And I cannot let the youngsters beat me.
Well, that's interesting. I must admit, I've had 1 or 2 walkers walking with me, and you know, the problem I've got is I'm making a film about this, and so I'm stopping and starting all the time. But you know, they find it a little bit of a struggle to do sort of, you know, more than 15, 16 miles. I've got a Fitbit and I'm averaging 16 miles a day, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah.
And then there's all the logistics and moving your van and all the rest of it. It really is like a full-time job, and and then I've got to edit the film, and that takes nearly as long as the walk, you know. But it's good fun. I'm enjoyed it.
But that's the trouble when you need the overnight. If you're not going to carry it on your back,
Yes.
the logistics of picking it up, and particularly down in Cornwall, because the bus services aren't great.
Right.
There's some villages in Cornwall which have sort of one bus a week, and if you're and now all the banks are shut and the post office is shut, if you're an elderly person living in and you've got to go on the what you call it, internet banking, if you can trust that.
Yeah.
The coastal area isn't too bad because it caters to the tourist, but if you actually live here, you do feel you're kind of forgotten down here. When the government goes on about Britain, they completely forget, and they start bringing all these taxes in on your car.
Yes.
You've got to forget. My son had to go to college, and to get to where he was going to college, it was 3 buses.
Yes.
He was getting up in the dark and having to sort of travel for 2 hours to do something you could drive in 20 minutes.
Right.
So you've got to have a car down here, and the government just don't seem to allow for that.
No, I never considered that, but it's interesting what you say. I mean, I know the bus service to Padstow is every 2 hours, isn't it? Something like that. And I've used that with good effect, you know. And but I have had massive problems when I was walking through Cumbria. That was a big problem.
Oh yeah.
You know, walking across Morecambe Bay, you know, where it was 10 miles south, 10 miles north, 10 miles south, all the way across. And to drive it in the camper van, it was about 42 miles. But to walk it was the same. But the train was about 8 miles. Because that goes across the bridges. You know, so it was madness, really, absolute madness. But look, it's been really nice to meet you, Tom. I can see that you're itching to carry on. You've got a card, and keep in touch. And it's been very nice meeting you. Do you have a vlog or anything like that? Then?
No, I'm not a member of the 21st century.
Oh really? Oh, you're not into that kind of. Oh well. Well, I've only been into it for about the last 20 years, to be honest with you. But it's surprising how many more of the elderly people that I speak to. When I say elderly, I mean, you know, sort of mid-60s to 70s. A lot of them are not interested in Facebook or YouTube or anything like that.
To be honest, I find a lot of Facebook is, oh, look what I've done, I'm here, you're not. And the one thing I do not understand about modern society is the selfie.
Yes.
You know, people take a photograph of their gurning mug with something going on behind them, and I know what you look like. I don't need to see a picture of you. If you go and watch a Tour de France, compose a nice picture of Bradley Wiggins shooting by at 30k or whatever. Don't show me your ugly mug with a blur behind you. And it's just, to me, it's just so shallow. It's a sad indictment of modern society.
Well, fair enough. I mean, I've got to admit for this, I do a few selfies, but it's on film. I don't do. I'm not. When I say I'm not a big Facebook user, I used to be a big Facebook user, 15, 20 years ago. But I mean, Facebook's gone downhill quite a lot since all of these allegations over the last 2 or 3 years. But no, I do take your point. But I mean, I've got Facebook friends, and I've got a separate site which is just exclusively for this.
Yeah.
And you get some lovely people and some very sensible comments, and it really does spur you on to have support and to, with like-minded people, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't buy likes. These are all people that I know, most of them, which is really nice. But anyway, great to meet you, Tom. Thank you very much indeed.
That's
I could talk to you for hours, mate.
No worries.
Okay, cheers now.
Take care, mate.
Well, this is Gina and Maggie. I'm about maybe 4 miles south of Aberystwyth, and this is where these ladies are heading to. And you've decided to go over the top today, then you're gonna risk it.
We're gonna risk it over the top and just see. We've got a lovely hotel booked the other side, so we've got a great incentive to get over the top and down.
Yes.
So
Gina's going to go first because I suffer from vertigo.
That's a good plan. Not if you're going to fall, you'll fall on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Good thinking.
Good
I like that.
Good move.
Yeah, I must admit, I went to Aberystwyth many years ago, but I'm quite impressed with the place.
It's lovely.
Friendly people, and there seems to be plenty to see.
There's great. It's a great place to come and to visit. There's lots to see for all ages, really.
Yes.
In Aberystwyth, and we've got the beach.
And I went on the little railway as well. I enjoyed that. And I had 1 or 2 jobs that needed doing with my camper van, like a new silencer, and Quick Fit fitted it dead quick. They were brilliant.
Excellent.
And my Fitbit watch broke down, so I went to Curry's PC World. I bought mine in Grimsby, and it swapped it for me. Said, "Oh, there's a new one," which is amazing. So I can keep
really
tabs
good.
on my steps now, which is really good.
Well, we'd like to ask you how you got on the unrehearsed to Aberystwyth bit, because they're saying they grade that as
That's
hard, and we're going to do that tomorrow.
From both.
Yeah.
Well, further up than both,
Right.
unrehearsed.
Yes, I think that the last stage was both into Aberystwyth,
Yeah.
and that was it was a bit hilly to start, but then it settled down. But you're always on the top of the hills.
Yeah,
It's
of
not
course.
it's more or less a constant plateau. You're not like up and down the steps. But that was only about 6 or 7 miles. That's quite an easy section, I think.
Oh, there we are.
Well, there we
That's
are.
fine.
Yeah, because once you get past Both, you can't go north of Both without going all
And
the way
going
in
in.
the River Dovey
Yeah,
and out
yeah.
again. You've got to walk right into McKinliffe,
Oh, dear.
and that's a bit of a drag.
Yeah, that must
You know,
be.
I mean, it's a lovely place, McKinliffe, and
Yeah, it is. It's very pretty.
yeah, I was there on market day, so I was
Oh,
talking to a lot of the
lovely.
market traders.
Oh,
It
that's
was
nice.
really interesting.
Yeah.
And Aberdyfi's lovely.
Abu Dhabi's a really nice
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
yes, but I preferred Tawin.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
Towins,
yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, and you can see all the porpoises and all the sea life sort of thing, and the other good thing about it, it's free camping for camper vans in Tawin. They don't care about,
Oh, that's wonderful.
you know,
Free
nobody's
camping.
chasing you around, and
great.
very friendly people.
Can I recommend as well, you go
Yes.
through a place called Munt, MWNT,
Yes.
and there's a lovely 13th century church there, and you must go in. It's on the cliff top.
And where is this, please?
Munt, that's between, you'll do the section down to Cardigan,
Yes.
so it's about 5 miles from Cardigan.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to doing the Pembrokeshire walk.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Pembrokeshire's
I had
lovely as
the
well.
weekend off really because I felt a bit tired. I've been overdoing it a little bit, so I had a 3-day rest, and I'm feeling like
Yeah.
raring to go now.
Rejuvenated.
Yeah,
Yes,
great.
I am. And the weather forecast wasn't good this weekend. I couldn't,
No,
you
no.
know, I could have done some walking, but no filming, and
No, and that's all
not the
part of
idea.
it, really.
That's all part of it. Yeah.
Great.
Well, look, it's been a real
nice to
pleasure
meet
meeting you,
And
ladies.
yourself, and
you
we'll
know,
keep
yes.
track of you now.
You're the only person we've seen today. Seen
Really?
lots
Yeah.
of sheep.
going this way. Oh, there's
Yeah.
several people going that way.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's a party of 6 that I've just been speaking to.
Oh.
You might catch them up. There was 3 ladies and 3 gents, and
right.
there was another couple a little bit earlier than that. But there's not many people about today.
No,
No.
there aren't.
You know, I nearly didn't put my shorts on, but I'm all right.
Yeah, I know, it's good. Yeah. Lovely meeting
Nice to
you.
meet
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you
Good
very much.
walking.
This is Paul that I've met on the walk.
Hello.
It's the first walker I've met since I left the, when I say walker, serious walker, since I left the North Yorkshire Moors. Now, where are you on your way to now then, Paul?
I'm just off home tonight actually. I just live locally and I've been out for a few hours this afternoon
Right.
enjoying the weather.
But you've done other walks
I've
as
done
well.
lots of other walks.
What have you done?
So I've done all of the Southwest Coast Path.
Wow.
I've done the Pennine Way and various of that kind of, you know, the West Highland Way and stuff like that.
Right.
I've done all the Northumberland coast, all of the Yorkshire coast.
Yeah.
And I'm currently, well not currently now, but like I'm in the middle of trying to circumnavigate all of Shetland, all the little islands of Shetland.
Wow.
What have you,
That'll be good.
which is quite a good little project to keep me going over the last 10 years, I think I've been doing that.
Right.
In between various bits of, you know, getting a few weeks off work and going up there for a while and what have you, so it's lovely.
Excellent. Well, it's a bit grey and dull, isn't it? But
It
the
is
weather's
now.
been a bit indifferent, hasn't it? I know
Yeah.
it's forecast rain tomorrow.
I think it's giving rain tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
isn't particularly going to be great for you walking, but a bit of a respite from the sun we've had for the last few days.
Well, that's right.
And I'm going to go and look after the seals on St Mary's Island, which is just up there where the lighthouse is.
Really?
Yeah, there's a grey seal population up there, so I'll be doing some volunteering there this morning.
So we'll be
tomorrow
able to see
morning.
that as I walk past then?
Yeah, you'll have to go off the island. I don't know whether there's any there today or not. I've
Right.
not been over, but there usually is some about on the rocks.
Right.
Like hauled up on the rocks.
Okay. Just another question. You say about the Northumberland. When does the Northumberland walk get interesting then? No, I mean, I say that in the nicest possible
Yeah,
way.
no,
We're
sure.
in Northumberland now.
We're in Northumberland now.
So is it beyond Amble?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a nice bit north of New Biggin.
Yeah.
That you get into like Drawridge Bay, and which is a beautiful bay and what have you. You can walk around there, and then north of Amble onwards is all very lovely. It's
Right.
all very lovely,
Right.
classic,
Yeah, I'm looking
big
forward to that.
beaches and stuff like that, and really nice and good castles as well.
Get my
Which I've seen
boots
the
on
first
again.
one in Tynemouth, and yeah, absolutely. Get back off the path.
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
kind of tarmac.
Yeah. Well, really nice to meet you, mate.
And you, mate.
And you know, you got a card now.
Yeah,
Keep in touch, and it's
Brilliant.
great
Yeah,
pleasure to meet
best
you.
of luck with your walk as well.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Two lovely people as well down here at Chichester. And your name, sorry?
Barbara.
Barbara.
Oh,
Are you here on a holiday, or do you live locally?
no, we're here on a holiday.
Oh, very nice. It's a lovely area, isn't it?
It is very nice. It's our first time here.
Is it?
And yeah, we're here for the canal ride. Yeah.
Ah, right. I was just about to ask you that. Yeah, well, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely day.
I was just talking to this guy Alan here, who's saying there's a lot of people in Chichester who don't even know that this place is here.
Actually, I work not too far away from here, to be honest. I work in Havant, but I don't live in Havant. I live in Surrey.
Right.
So I thought, it would be nice to just come here for a holiday and get to know the area a bit more.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's really good.
So looking forward to.
Have a nice day.
Have
a nice day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's around about 1 o'clock-ish, I think, and I bumped into a very nice young lady called Georgina. So, Georgina, you tell me that you live quite locally then?
Yes, I live in Newgale, which is just that way, and I really enjoy walking the coast, and I thought I'd try from Carvai to White Sands today.
Right. Well, that's a nice walk. I mean, you've always got the choice of getting the bus back, I don't know the name of it. So
is it the Puffin Shuttle?
That's the one, yes.
Yes.
And I mean, I know we're not far here from St David's, and so
no.
you know, once I get along the coast, I'm going to walk back into St David's instead of messing about waiting for buses and things.
Yeah, it's beautiful today though, to have a walk and trying to look for some seals and some dolphins, but haven't spotted any yet.
I saw several further on.
Really?
Yeah, just before the lifeboat station, and there was one particular one that was right out of the water, and it was like a grey and brown sort of mottled colour, and I got some really good close-ups. So if you don't see it, you'll see it on YouTube tomorrow
fantastic.
night.
Look forward.
Yeah, and I've seen several. You know, I mean, some people really do come to see the seals and the seals only. You know, some of the day trippers, and there's been plenty of them over the bank holiday weekend, and it's got a good reputation because somebody was also telling me that because it's a very strong current in between these two islands.
Yes.
That you see an awful lot of porpoises as well.
Yes, it's quite dangerous actually for boats. I think there've been quite a few crashes over the years. So,
I can imagine, because I mean, look at that.
It's like a cauldron.
Pulling along, going down there. It must be about a 10-knot tide against you. It must be very difficult, especially if you've got the wind in front of you as well.
Yes, good to be very careful.
But it's been very nice meeting you. It's only just a couple of minutes chat, and lovely to meet you. And I hope you really do start enjoying walking and taking it up more seriously, because this Pennine Coast walk, which I've done about half of it now, heading on my journey, is absolutely stunning, and I would say it's the best I've ever experienced. But on saying that, it's been by far the most difficult. The hills.
Yes.
Someone told me that by the time you've finished the walk, you've actually walked 29,000 feet upwards, which is the equivalent of climbing Everest.
Everest, yes.
So you bear that in mind, yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right, well, thank you very much. Lovely to meet you.
And nice to meet you too.
Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Right, this young lady is called
Alice.
And this is
Matthew.
And where are you heading, you two?
We're heading to Scarborough, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you're on the Cleveland Way and just sort of strolling along at the moment. You're just having a bit of a bad day, aren't you?
Yeah. It's pulling east today.
Over the moors.
Yeah.
Well, Staithes isn't so far from here now. That's probably the nicest place you could get to, where there's probably something.
I think hopefully.
Brunswick Bay, there isn't a great deal, and it's very expensive from what I've just been saying. But I'd head for Staithes, and they've got a hell of a good fish shop there.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and the best of luck to you. And
Thank you.
we're like ships in the night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Nice to see you.
Right, nice
Bye
to
now.
see you.
Bye-bye.
Actually walked anywhere yet. We've been talking to a gentleman, and also now this is Sarah and Dave. And you tell me that you actually live in Scotland, Sarah. You're just doing you do like day walks, that kind of thing.
We do day walks. We've done some long distance walks. We walked the end to end of Scotland, and we've walked across Scotland.
Right.
And the Pennine Way.
And the Pennine Way, and we did this year we did the Southern Upland Way, which is an absolutely beautiful walk.
Yes.
Just wonderful.
You'll touch two ends of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my plan is when I finish at John O'Groats now, I'm taking a 6 months rest, and I'm coming back next end of March, beginning of April, to walk from Gretna Green to John O'Groats.
Right.
and so that will complete the whole thing. And it's been absolutely fantastic, and meeting all you lovely people. This film that I've made, it's broken up into like 300 separate half-hour episodes, and it's available on YouTube. And the people that I meet, this walk has been about the people as much as the scenery and stuff like that. The logistics have been difficult.
We met a guy who was doing all the beaches of Britain.
Really?
And just like you, he had one of these things.
Yes, we're on his videos
what do you think about a beach? It's quite
right, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it's a vlog that's popular, and you look it up and you'll enjoy it. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice, good luck.
And we've picked a perfect weekend for this with the weather, haven't we? It's
superb.
Yeah. Lovely to meet you. Thank you. Bye-bye now. This is Joanna and Arabella, and you can't see it, but in the background we've got the Bear Grylls Island that I just mentioned. So what are you doing today? Are you just having a walk around, taking the dog for a walk, or is it a serious walk?
We're clearing our heads really, aren't we, today?
Yeah, it's actually the anniversary of my late partner's last birthday.
Right.
It was the day he was quite clearly starting to die, was this time.
Last year,
the 23rd of July, which was his birthday.
Yeah.
And he died on the 1st of August.
Oh,
so my head was a bit not quite
mushy, wasn't it?
Mushy.
More mushy than
needs
usual.
a bit of air to clear it.
Yes. Well, it's a good way of doing it. I mean, it's been a strange day today. I've walked from Aberdaron and it was really foggy this morning, first thing. And I didn't fancy going on the sort of higher ground because it was thick fog.
Yeah.
And it's not very well marked, the coast path marking.
We were saying this earlier,
disappeared.
yes, that maybe we should download or get the owner's survey, the newest version, but sadly it's not shown on the old maps.
No.
And it's not always very well signposted either.
No.
But I've come from Bethesda this morning and I've come through a variety of weather systems to get here.
Yes.
And yes, the fog was right, the mist was right down at Trevor on the hills there. But strange enough, it's very, very warm in Bethesda, which you find hard to believe.
Yes.
But yes, we both do a lot of walking.
Right.
I was up on Moyle Vaban yesterday, and
we've always enjoyed walking, haven't we?
We do.
Yeah, even since I was saying to a friend when we moved to Birmingham when I think I was 7 and Joanna was 9, something like that, and it was awful. We'd always lived in the country or on the edge of villages, and then it was all these city streets, and we would just walk and walk until we were out of the city.
Yes. I think
even as little girls, the two of us, we just walk.
Yes.
That's fabulous. Yeah. So you're not from this area then? Are you on holiday?
We live here.
You live here? Oh,
I live in Pwllheli.
Right.
And I live in Bethesda near Bangor.
Oh, right.
So
So I'm on the coastal path.
Yes.
Actually, my house.
And I'm on the Slate Trail path.
Just over there, and you can't see it.
Oh, you can see them. You can see the island a little bit clearer now. Look.
Oh, you can, yes.
And you was telling me that he's applied for planning permission that they've turned down.
Yes, that's right, for Slipway.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame.
I can't remember what their reason was. They said it was too dangerous or something.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and I'm really sorry. I seriously didn't mean to upset you, and I don't know what I was thinking.
You don't upset her that easily.
No, I think I did.
She won't let me forget it either. I'm a well-preserved 95-year-old.
Well, yes. That's what I was just calculating. Maybe I'm 70 as well, so I was thinking, oh no, what have I done? No, I'm really.
You're very tanned, and so you're doing the whole of Britain.
Where did you start?
I started. I keep getting it mixed up. Could you just move a little bit closer together, if you would mind? That's best because I keep it. I started from Grimsby, which is just the other side of the Humber from Hull, which is where I'm originally from. Hull? Have you got Hull connections?
We have. Well, we know Hull, don't we?
Oh, right.
I lived in Hull for a little while.
Hull, not Ezelred.
Very close to the Ezel Road.
Ezelred.
Road.
That's it.
Yeah, I remember some of the language. Fern calls.
Fern call, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I bought a third Fircus. Yeah, but it's got language of all of its own. But I mean, I'm originally from Hull, but I haven't lived there for very long. I left there when I was 19. I've been back a few times, and my parents still lived in Hull. I mean, they're dead now. But I mean, I went through Hull on this walk, funnily enough, and of course last year it was the City of Culture.
It was, I was there, yes, I went
there.
there.
And they really have tidied it up. I was quite impressed with it, to be honest. It was very
yes, I thought it was much maligned because I hadn't been there.
I was intended to go, but with Colin dying, didn't make it.
Well, my best friend from school was dying. She was actually in Hull at the time, so I paid her a visit, and then she died.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
so what do you do? You're a writer or what then? You write about your adventures?
I'm going to write about them. At the moment, this is combining two hobbies. I really like walking and I really like making videos, and I'll let you be the judge of what you think of them.
Okay.
They're all put together really nicely with some music on it and commentary and all that kind of stuff. It's not just, it's just not clips and what have you. It's
you know how to do this? That might be useful. You never know.
Probably and we've done other adventures. My wife and I,
where is your wife? I see you wearing a ring.
She's
not toddling behind you.
No,
somewhere.
the reason we came back to this country, we lived abroad, was my 94-year-old father-in-law had a heart attack, and
where was he?
Living in Grimsby.
Oh right. So where were you before then?
Bulgaria. We lived in Bulgaria for 8 years.
Oh, that's where Angela did her homeopathy.
And so he's okay. He's fine. He's making a recovery, but he's starting to. My wife's moved in with him now, so she says, "You go off on one of your walks," because we've done quite a lot of walking, her and I, and other adventures as well. And so.
Which way have you gone?
Anti-clockwise. I went from Hull to Berwick.
Across.
I was going to do Scotland, but I changed my mind. I'm going to leave that until the end. And I went across to Carlisle, and I've been walking south ever since.
Right. So you've covered a fair distance now.
About 1,100 miles now.
Yeah. In how long?
102 days.
It's written on your heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Engraved. Each one.
Anyway, very nice to meet you. I'm gagging for a cup of tea, and I've done over 20 miles. That's all right. I've done over 20 miles today already. It's surprising how far it is.
Yeah.
And what I tend to do is I do 20 miles, have a day off, 20 miles, have a day off. Like this is what I've been doing.
This is sensible.
Instead of 2 10s, I do 120, and then you get a day off, and you get a chance to look at a place. You get properly rested up. You eat properly.
You need to do that.
You sleep properly.
Important. When you've done a long walk.
You can't do 220s.
Where are you staying tonight?
In my camper van. I've got my camper van with me. I drive it from A to B, and then get a bus back from B to A, and then I walk from A to B.
That's ingenious. Where's your camper van then?
So I've got it's in Abersock.
I
parked up in Abersock, and I've got a bus to Aberdaron, one of the coastal buses.
Yeah.
And that's a good system.
Great they are.
Brilliant.
Yes.
All right, ladies, thank you very much indeed. Happy birthday for next week.
Lovely to meet you.
This gentleman is a local man. How long have you lived here?
Since I was 6-year-old. I'm now 55.
Right, well, you're looking well on that.
Thank you.
So you must know everything about this area then. You've seen some weather and stuff.
Yeah.
What was your name, by the way?
James Miller.
James, pleased to meet you, James.
Yeah, we did the Whirligo Steps, and it was snow on the ground, and the fence stabs were solid with the frozen weather.
Really? Absolutely. Yeah. You mentioned Billy Connolly. What was that? Has he been up here as well?
Yeah, he did a programme in that garden down there, World Tour of Scotland.
Oh, really?
And I did an interview with him about the steps. Well, just about, living here and how long and all this.
Oh, that's fantastic. That'd been quite an experience for you as well. I mean, do you like Billy Connolly?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Oh, he's one of my all-time favourites. It's a pity his mental health seems to be in a bit
sad,
of a state now, isn't it, really? But he's had a good innings, hasn't he?
He's had
a good life.
He's had a good life, yeah.
He's a wonderful guy.
He's nice, yeah.
I remember him back in the sort of 80s when he was like really at the top of his trade. He was a fabulous guy.
Oh, his wife's something I laugh to it,
Yes.
I'll get all here about Russia.
Those are the days when he used to buy LPs with his show.
Welly Boots song, wasn't it?
That's all that sort of stuff, and the Jobby Weaker and the aeroplane, I remember all that.
Shit.
Yeah, lovely to meet you, James.
No problem.
And I'll be bringing my camper van back here probably Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll be walking up, I'll be walking from Helmsdale to here. So nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
You doing lands into Johnny Groot's film for the...
I've walked all of Britain. I've walked over 4,000 miles now. I've done England and Wales. I'm just doing Scotland, getting up to...
What's the film go for, just for...
It's in half-hour episodes. It's on YouTube.
Oh.
Can you get YouTube?
No.
Oh, right.
Can you not get it on this DVD or something?
No, but what I'll try and do is when I see if you're here on Monday or Tuesday, I'll talk to you about it and I'll put it on a CD or something for you.
Yeah, if you had a pen, a bit of paper, I could have given you my.
Yeah.